What do y'all think about Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest?
Um, again, I feel like they carried this story on for a little while, and it's definitely lost its momentum. Um, and I'm not a huge fan of either of these guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're bad wrestlers. I'm not saying they're bad wrestlers, but they just, they don't got my attention. I could care less who wins or loses this match, and that's with me being honest. Is it going to be a good match? It could be. I think it's got potential to be a great match.
It's a street fight.
Yeah, I think it's got a potential to be a great match.
A lot going on.
Look, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk did great in that Hell in a Cell. They got real bloody. Damian Priest and had that street fight. Who was that with on Raw? Finn Balor. That was a pretty decent match for Raw for a street fight. That was a really good match. So there's a lot of potential here, but absolutely coming in, this is one of the least anticipated matches on the card for sure. Definitely more than the women's tag team match, but I mean, it better shine. It could be a sleeper though, but it's got to be a sleeper. It's got to be a sleeper. Otherwise, it's gonna hurt these guys, both of them.
Well, I mean, I'm saying it doesn't. It has no choice but to be a sleeper because nobody has any hype on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's totally dead.
I'm saying, like, if it doesn't come out like, oh wow, that was
great.
Actually a really good match.
Yeah.
But
that's a lot of these matches. That's what I think about this whole card is like a lot of these matches are like, to me, make or break on the character. WWE has so many stars. To me, bro, nobody's safe. I mean, I know they got the top guys, don't get me wrong, but these little like underlings where they're kind of like in and out of the main events and they're kind of falling out of that championship talk. This is make or break for them, man. And I definitely think that if you're not careful, you can, work your way out of the big picture, off of TV, and we've seen people, jump ship because they're not getting pushed into WWF or the WWE. So they go to AEW. I think it's one of those make or break times where it's like, okay, because they got new talent coming in, I mean, it's just a constant machine. So
I absolutely agree, man. That a lot. I'm looking at this match card right now, and you're absolutely right. There's so much talent here, and it's like put up or shut up. But there's just so many where it's like none. Like all of these rivalries are like fresh. Like there's nothing where you're like you're gonna be able to bank on it and be like, yeah, it's okay. Whoever comes out, they're a fan of everything. Like no, these are like all guys where they're like for instance, I mean. Um, let's talk about that Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship since that's best make or break moment example in this card. Let's cycle back to that Damian Priest Drew McIntyre match. Like I believe Damian Priest has to win this. So I'm gonna pick Damian Priest. What y'all think?
Oh man, that's a tough one because when's the last time have I saw McIntyre win? It's been a little while. He is the heel, but he's had, he just, I don't think he's. I don't know. I would like to pick the heel in this one, but I just feel like they're gonna. I don't know. That's a tough one because I don't care about either one of them. Is why it's tough.
I just feel like Drew McIntyre doesn't need to win. First of all, he's always going to have his figure, his size. He's always going to be dominant. Whether he was dominant or not, he's just going to be seen as an imposing figure. So he can easily regain his momentum. He's established. And the thing is, McIntyre is so good with just, just drawing the attention to himself, just like because he's so obsessive and things like that. And but the thing is like his character is just so obsessed, so blame everybody else, so it makes sense for him to lose, and they'll keep him losing, putting over people until they're ready to have him win, and then they'll have like a character shift. But as long as he's got that, they're gonna lose. Like Damian Priest has to win. He's the baby face. He's got to go over. He has. I mean, he doesn't have Judgment Day anymore. If he doesn't win, some people, including Iceberg, you thought that Damian was gonna, not be a good champion, or that he wasn't, I should say. There's a lot of people that just don't know where Damian's going. And
Yeah, I'm a big critic of Priest.
is he
I
gonna
would say
stand
that
out?
I
Yeah.
would say, out of them two, I got to go Priest.
Gotta go
Just because
Priest.
I feel like they got a lot invested in him. They made a documentary about him.
I think Priest needs this a lot more than Drew does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going
So
Priest.
I was gonna go with Drew, but because I like him more, but I'm going with Priest because just for the fact that I think he needs this more. I think really one more big loss right now, I think that would ruin his character completely.
And they'll have Drew. I agree, and I think they'll have Drew lose because he has the win, but he wants to keep inflicting pain, so he'll make himself lose type thing, so that it doesn't hurt Drew too much. Because that fits his character. And then Damian will get that last second bounce back. If I had to put money on how.